Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, still a while, for we are playing some more Out of the Park Baseball 22 with our last series for the 1994 season with the Montreal Expos. We will be hosting the Atlanta Braves. So I have a head cold right now. I'm still going to try to pull through this and do this stream slash video. I might be struggling a little bit, so please be indulgent in the fact that I might not be at my best. I'm going to put a cough drop in my mouth for added, speech effect. Alright, so we're facing a really good team in the Braves, and the Braves are fighting with the Reds, the Cubs, and yeah, that's it. With the Reds and the Cubs for the wild card. Now the Reds and the Cubs are also fighting for who's going to finish first in the Central. But we could hurt the Braves by winning some games there against them, so we're not going to the playoffs. So the next best thing is to play spoilers. So that's what we're going to be trying to do here with that series against the Braves. Of course, it won't be easy. They have a pretty strong team. They are 92-67. And today we're going to be facing John Smoltz, who is 17-9 this season. He's not gonna quite get to 200 strikeouts, but not too far, so pretty good season overall. And we're gonna be sending Miguel Batista on the mound. I believe I looked at the Braves to see their injuries. So they have Carlos Reyes, he's only day-to-day, he's gonna miss only one more day. Bobby Witt is out, and Chipper Jones is out, but for 2 more days only. And apparently he can play. So it doesn't say that it's day-to-day or anything. That's weird. Usually it says day-to-day when they can play with the injury, but anyway. Alright, so that's the Braves. We have no injuries. We're pretty healthy, unlike me. But the team is. Alright, so let's play some baseball today. Last series of the season. So what's going to happen? I finally made my decision. So what is going to happen is that I'm going to sim the entire off season plus spring training. I never play games in spring training. It's not worthless, but as far as standings and everything, it's not really meaningful for me to play that when it can be simmed. So that's usually what's going to happen. So what I will do is that I'm going to do that offline. I'm going to take a bunch of notes. And then when we come for 1995, I will spend a long time talking about all of those changes. I'm not going to go through every single minor signing of every team or anything like that, but I will cover the major ones, major trades, everything that has to do with the Expos, including the small trades and everything, and a closer look at teams in our division because it's going to affect us a little bit more. But I'm still gonna talk about the big news from other teams too. So that's my plan. And then basically when I'm going to do this next time, we will be in 1995 at the start of the season. Past spring training, I'm gonna have all of my lineups and strategies set because I don't want to do that on screen. It takes forever. And we're gonna be ready to play after that I go through everything. So that's going to be the plan. So hopefully for those of you that have enjoyed this series up to now, you're gonna be there for yet another season. It might take me a while to get to that point, so don't expect that video or stream to be up tomorrow or anything like that, but yeah, it will happen. I have other plans as far as games go as well that are around the corner, so that's also going to be playing in the balance, but I am not abandoning Out of the Park baseball. Now I'm going to mute my microphone because I need to blow my nose, and that might happen quite a few times. Thankfully, it's not COVID, right? I had that already. I don't need it again. All right, so first game against the Braves here. We're going to be... I'm going to go with this lineup. We just won 4 straight against the Marlins. I feel confident, and I want my best lineup to go and face the Braves to have my best shot to beating them. And we're going to be facing Roger Cedeno, David Justice, Ryan Klesko, Vinny Castilla, Avia Lopez, Jeff Blazer, Dion Sanders, Rico Rossi, and John Smoltz. So Chipper Jones is not playing after all. So what's maybe a little scary is those 5 players on hot streaks on the other team. Might make it a little difficult. Alright, so as usual, play ball and go Expos. One last time for 1994. We're not going to be into the playoffs, but we can play spoilers. That's, you know, the next best thing. Alright, so facing off against Miguel Batista in the top of the first is Roger Cedeno to lead things off for the Braves. 1-2 to him. And he strikes out swinging. Good start of the game for Miguel Batista. He hasn't had that many times this year. It was a down season for him. He had a decent rookie season, but this season not so much. Alright, David Justice is next. 1-1 to him. Grounds it to third. Throws to first, and that's out number 1. I always felt that David Justice was underrated. I might have talked about that before, but I always felt that he was underrated. He was a really solid player. But maybe it's because in Quebec we wouldn't talk much about players other than, you know, players playing for the Expos. Like, it feels like there wasn't that many talks about David Justice as a pretty solid player. Alright, Ryan Klesko is next. 2 outs, 2-2 to him. And that's going to be a base hit all the way in the corner and left. That's going to be extra bases for Klesko, and that is a double. So 2-out double for the Braves. Vinny Castilla is next. 3-0 to him. Grounds it to second. The Shields with the throw, and that's out number 3. Expos allow a double, but they get out of the inning unscathed. We are going into the bottom of the first with no score still on the board. Like John Smoltz facing the line with the Shields. 3-0 to the Shields. And he walks on 4 pitches. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out for Marquise Grissom. No count. And that's fly to right. That should be cut though. And that's cut by Justice for out number 1. Ivan Calderon is next. Oh man, he still has a shot at 40 home runs, but he's gonna need to hit 3 during this series to get there. He's at 37. No count. Oh, the Shields is going, and there's no throw, so he's safe. That's 64 stolen bases for him this season. 1-2 to Calderon, and that's popped too short, and that's going to be cut pretty easily there by Rico Rossi for out number 2. Alright, so 2 outs now for Charles Johnson with a runner in scoring position. So Charles Johnson could hit 30 home runs and 100 batted ins with a little bit of a good series here against the Braves. 1-2 to him, and he struck out looking. Alright, end of the first, no score. Top of the second, Avia Lopez is batting first here, 0-2. Struck out looking for out number 1. Jeff Blazer is next, 0-1. Ooh, that's a base hit to left. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out for Dion Sanders. Neon Dion at bat, no count to him. Oh, that's it weekly, that's going to be an infield single. Alright, so infield single for Dion Sanders. So 2 runners on, 1 out for Rico Rossi. 1-2 to him. That's it weekly to center. Rivera after it. Catches it for out number 2. Alright, the runners do not advance on the play. And now John Smoltz is the batter. 1-2 to him. That's grounded to third. The throw to second to get the runner there. And That is out number 3. Alright, the Braves get 2 hits, but they cannot score. We are going into the bottom of the second. Still no score here in Montreal. Ruben Rivera is next. 1 and 2. And he struck out looking. Brett Barbery is next with 1 out, 1 and 1. Grounds it to second, and the throw to first is good. That's out number 2. And that brings up Shane Andrews. 1 and 0 to him. And that's popped to short. Rico Rossi's there. Barely has to move, and that's out number 3. The Expos go down in order in inning number 2. We are going in the top of the third with Roger Cedeno leading off there. 1 and 2. That's a base hit to center for Cedeno. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out, and that runner has speed. He has 58 stolen bases this season. David Justice is now the batter. 1 and 0. Grounds it to second. Oh, there's going to be an error. Crap. Alright. So the Shields with the bad throw. So there's 2 runners on, nobody out, and now Ryan Klesko is the batter. He's having a really good season. 1 and 2. And that's another hit in the corner for him, in the left corner. So second opposite field double for Klesko in the game. That scores a run. It is now 1-0 for the Braves. There's still nobody out and 2 runners in scoring position for Vinny Castilla. 0 and 2. And that's a wild pitch. It is now 2-0 for the Braves. Runner on third now. Still nobody out. 1 and 2 to Castilla. That's it to right. Grissom backs out all the way to the warning track. Catches it for out number 1. The throw home is late. It is 3-0 for the Braves. Braves want to go to the postseason, so they're playing well right now. Right, Avia Lopez is the next batter. 1 out, 2 and 0 to him. Grounds it to second. Throw to first, and he is out. So that's 2 outs on the board now. Jeff Blaser is next. Full count to him. That's a base hit to center. Alright, 2 outs. Runner on first. Dion Sanders is the next batter. 2 and 1 to him. Grounds it to the pitcher. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Difficult inning for Miguel Batista, although he was not helped by his defense. There was an error by the Shields, and then he himself threw a wild pitch. The Braves put a 3 spot on the board. It is now 3-0 Atlanta going into the bottom of the third. Todd Haney leads us off here. 1 and 0. That's it to right. Justice after it. Catches it for out number 1. Miguel Batista is the next batter. Full count. And he struck out looking. Dino the Shields is next. 2 and 0. That's it to right. Justice after it. He catches it for out number 3. The Expos go down in order again. In fact, we are still hitless here. Going into the top of the fourth, we're down 3. Rico Rossi is the first batter here. 1 and 0 to him. Grounds it to second. Good throw to first, and he is out number 1. John Smoltz is next. 1 and 0. Flies it to right, and it's cut by Grissom for out number 2. Roger Cedeno is next. Full count, and he walks. Batista having problems getting 1, 2, 3 innings here. Alright, David Justice is next with 2 outs, runner on first, no count. Cedeno goes. And that's his 59th stolen base of the season. So there's a runner in scoring position now. 0 and 2 to Justice. That's it to left. Calderon after it. He should be able to catch that. And he does. That's out number 3. Right. Bottom of the fourth. We need to get something going here. 1-1 to Grissom. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Ivan Calderon is next. Full count to him. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out for out number 2. Charles Johnson is next. No count. Grounds it to second. And he's also thrown out for out number 3. So some of our best hitters were completely powerless here against John Smoltz. We are going into the top of the 5th. It is still 3-0 for the Braves. Ryan Klesko leads the 5th for the Braves. 0-2 to him. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Vinny Castilla is next. No count to him. Fly ball to center. And that's got by Rivera for out number 2. Now Avia Lopez is next. Full count to him. And that's it to center, and it's gonna fall in front of Rivera, so that's a base hit. So yet again, Batista is unable to get a perfect inning. So now with 2 outs, we're facing Jeff Blauser. He's 2 for 2 already. No count to him. Oh, Lopez is going. That's a stolen base. That's his 11th of the season. Runner in scoring position for Blauser now. 0-1. That's it. Weekly should be cut by Barbery. Nope, it falls in front of him for a base hit, I guess. Yep. I've never seen that play like that happen in 3D. I've never seen it. Alright, so it's 4-0 for the Braves now. 2 outs. Runner on first. Dion Sanders is the batter. 2-1 to him. That's a base hit to center. I think that's going to be the last inning for Miguel Batista. We've seen enough. Enough is enough. Right, Rico Rossi is next. 2-2. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. And that loads up the bases, folks. Alright, always give your starter the chance to get out of an inning by getting out number 3 against the pitcher. So John Smoltz is the batter. I'm going to try to get him out. Full count. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out for out number 3. The Braves add another run. It is now 4-0. They already have 10 hits in the game. We also have a 0 in our hit column, except there's not a 1 in front of it. So it's not a 2 either. Right, Ruben Rivera is the next batter. Bottom of the 5th, 3-0 to him. And he walks. Alright, so leadoff walk here for Rivera. Brett Barbery is next, 2-2. That's a base hit to center. Finally, we have our first base hit of the game. A single to center for Brett Barbery. And now we have 2 runners on with nobody out. And now Shane Andrews is the batter. 0-2 to him. He struck out swinging. Todd Haney is next, 1-2. Grounds it to short, and that's a double play. Alright, so inning over for the Expos, just like that. We're still down 4. Top of the 6th, we are going to be bringing in a different pitcher. Who do I want to send here? Who are we facing? Cedeno, Justice Klesko. We're going to go with a lefty. We're going to go with Michael Kerrigan. There you go. Well, let's take a look. When's the last time you pitched? 4 days ago. Yeah, you can pitch. That's okay. I am not intending to go more than 1 inning, so I'm not going to do a double switch. Roger Cedeno leads it off for the Braves here. 0-2 to him against the lefty. Grounds it to third. Andrews with the throw, and that's out number 1. Dave Justice is next. 3-0. And he walks on 4 pitches. Ryan Klesko is next. 2-1 to him. That's it to center. And that's cut by Rivera for out number 2. Alright, 2 outs. Runner on first. Vinny Castilla is the batter. 0-1 to him. Oh, that's out of here. And it is 6-0 against the Braves. 2-out home run for Vinny Castilla. Now Avia Lopez is the batter. 1-0 to him. That's it to center. That's cut by Rivera for out number 3. The Braves get 2 more runs on the board thanks to a 2-run shot by Vinny Castilla. We are going into the bottom of the 6th and we have nothing going for us. We're going to bring Woody Green to bat against John Smoltz. Two and one. Grounds it to first. It was hit pretty solidly, but pretty much right at their first baseman, so it is out number 1. Delino de Shields is next. Full count to him. Grounds it to short. That's out number 2. Marquise Grissom is next. No count to him. Grounds it to third, and that's going to be an infield single. Yes, it is. So after 2 outs, we get a runner on board. It is Grissom. He has speed, and Calderon is now the batter. 0-1. That's it to right, but doesn't have a whole lot of carry, and that's cut by Justice for out number 3. And we go down almost in order, but we go down nonetheless. It's going to be the top of the 7th here. Alright, I'm going to bring in... let's bring in Joe Logan. Alright, Jeff Blazer is going to be leading inning number 7 for the Braves. No count to him. That's a base hit to right. Alright, so Blazer with the base hit here. Dion Sanders is next, nobody out. 1 and 2. Oh, that's strike number 3 there. Struck out looking. 1 out, runner on first for Rico Rossi. No count. Runs it to first. We get out at second and back to first for a double play. Alright. We are going into the bottom of the 7th. We are still down 6. It is 6-0 for the Braves. John Smoltz having a wonderful outing there on the mound when his team is needing it. Charles Johnson, first one to face him in inning number 7, 1 and 1. That's a base hit to left. Alright, runner on first, nobody out. Ruben Rivera is the batter, 1 and 1. Grounds it to short. Alright, and that is, they get the lead runner at second, but that's it. So 1 out, runner on first. Brett Barbery is the batter, no count. Oh, Rivera's going, and he's safe. That's 27 stolen bases for him this season. 2 and 2 to Barbery now, and he strikes out. That's 2 outs. We still have a runner in scoring position. That would be nice to score at least 1 run in this game. So with 2 outs, Shane Andrews is the batter, 0 and 1. Oh, that was a bad pitch. So Rivera makes it to third on the play. 1 and 2. That's it to right. Fairly deep to Justice, but there's 2 outs, so it's not a sacrifice fly situation. That's the end of inning number 7 for the Expos. Top of the 8th. I'm going to keep Joe Logan on the mound. He's only pitched 6 pitches. John Smoltz is the first one to face him. Full count to him. Struck out swinging. Roger Cedeno is next, 0 and 1. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. David Justice is next, 2 and 2. Oh, that's out of here. That's now 7-0 for the Braves. Solo shot for David Justice. Now Denny Gonzalez comes in as a pinch hitter. 2 and 2. And that's it to right for a base hit. Alright, so all the way to defense. Should be extra bases. And it's a double. Alright. So Gonzalez with a double with 2 outs. Now Vinny Casilla is the batter. Full count. That's it to center. Rivera's there. Or he should be there. And he is. That's out number 3. So we gave up a solo blast to Dave Justice. We are going into the bottom of the 8th. And we have Todd Aney as the batter. I guess I can bring in somebody else. Let's bring in Bill Doran. Alright, so Bill Doran is going to be batting for Todd Aney. Bottom of the 8th, we're down 7, 2-2. Grounds it to second, and that's out number 1. Alright, now we're going to bring a pinch hitter for Joe Logan as well. We're going to go to Russ McGinnis, I think. Going to go with a guy with a little bit of pop in his bat. 1-1. Well, that's some pop, alright. That's a pop-up to first base. That's cut by Wood, who came in for Denny Gonzalez, who batted for Ryan Klesko. 2 outs now for Delino De Shields. Full count. And that's it to left. And Sanders should catch that, and he does for out number 3. So nothing to show for the Expos yet again here in inning number 8. John Smoltz is pitching quite the baseball game here, and I think I'm just gonna go with Rick Moller. The game is out of hand. Right, Gino Petrelli is the batter for the Braves now. Comes in as a pinch hitter for who was batting 5th, Avia Lopez. 0-1. Grounds it to third. Shane Andrews with the throw. That's out number 1. Jeff Blauser is next. 3-1. That's it weekly. The Shields is there. That was ball 4, but he decided to swing at it anyway, so that's 2 outs. Keith Mitchell is now a pinch hitter for, oh god, who was batting 7th? Dion Sanders. 3-1 to him. And he walks. Alright, so Moller gives up a 2-out walk. And Rico Rossi is the next batter. Full count to him. Grounds it to second. And that's the end of the inning. Alright, so we have a 7-run deficit to make up for here in the bottom of the 9th. And if we want to do that, it has to start with Marquise Grissom. Full count to him. And he struck out swinging for out number 1. Calderon is next. 1-2 to him. That's it to center. Should fall in, and it does. So that's a base hit. So 1 out base hit for Calderon. Charles Johnson is next. 2-0 to him. Grounds it to second. And that's a game-ending double play. We got shut out by the Braves and John Smoltz, who collects a complete game shutout, with allowing only 4 hits. Right, sorry about that. I had to blow my nose. Alright, so 7-0. Not much to talk about, except the John Smoltz shutout. That gets a piece of news, of course. So we didn't look too good in that one particular game. Okay, alright, so we're gonna go ahead and finish this here. Ooh, I've got a few pieces of emails. I'm popular all of a sudden. I love how Rick Moller is getting better at 41, even though he's going to retire at the end of the season. Oh God. Tom Gordon's stamina continues to plummet down, so that is kind of following his career arc. So I might need eventually to mute him, not mute, but to put him in relief, like what happened in real life. Jeff Fesser was getting worse. That makes me sad. Not a whole lot of gains that we can see there. Alright, the batter of the month of September in the American League belongs to Manny Ramirez of the Cleveland Indians. And Ray Langford gets the same honor in the National League. Best pitcher in September in the American League was Jimmy Key of the Blue Jays. And Pedro Martinez gets the same award in the National League. Jay Payton was the rookie of September in the American League. He's having a pretty good season. And in the National League, it was Eddie Rios, who is also having a pretty good season, especially for a rookie. Alright, so we are going to be playing game number 2 now. It's not going to be any easier. We're facing Steve Avery, who is having a wonderful season as well. Now, Avery doesn't strike out as many batters as Smoltz does, but he has pretty decent control, and he's not going to be allowing a whole lot of home runs. That's bad news for Ivan Calderon and Charles Johnson, who are trying to hit some plateaus for the season. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but that just makes it more difficult. Although Avery is a lefty, so who knows? Both of those batters are righties. Alright, let's play some baseball here. Alright, game 2 of the 3-game series against the Braves. And yeah, I'm gonna have to sit Grissom. I'm gonna play Johnny Nutt, who can play center field, although he's not all that great at it. I just like Johnny Nutt, so I play him whenever I can. Alright, let's try and go with that here. Alright, so I'm going to give Ray Sanchez another shot at batting second. He doesn't have a great batting average, but he also doesn't strike out all that much. So my motto is, if you can put the ball in play, you know, who knows what can happen. So, alright, I'm going to go with that. The Braves are going with Roger Cedeno batting first, Dave Justice, Ryan Klesko, Vinny Casilla, Avia Lopez, Jeff Blazer, Dion Sanders, and Rico Rossi. The exact same lineup that we faced in the previous game, except that they have Steve Avery on the mound instead of John Smoltz. So it's going to be another tough assignment for us. Hopefully we can pull through. Alright, so of course, go Expos! And I forgot to mention, we have Tom Gordon on the mound. I've been very focused on Steve Avery for the Braves, but we also bring in a pitcher, and he's actually been pretty good for us, Tom Gordon. Alright, facing Cedeno first, 3-0 to him, and he walks on 4 pitches. Not a great start to the game here. Alright, David Justice is batting second here. 1 runner on, nobody out. 2-1 to him. That's it to second. And that's a double play. So just like that, there's 2 outs and nobody on. For Ryan Klesko, 0-1 to him. And that's out of here. Well, thankfully the bases were just cleared. So it is 1-0 for the Braves. Solo shot for Ryan Klesko, who is having one heck of a season. And yet again, we are the first one to allow a run, so we'll have to be playing catch-up. Vinny Castilla is now the next batter. 0-2 to him. Struck out looking. Alright, so we give up a 1-run home run. And it is 1-0 for the Braves. Alright, facing Steve Avery. Look at that ERA, 2.07. That's pretty darn good. And he doesn't give up a lot of hits. Oh, wow. Alright, so Delino the Shields, first one to face him, 2-1 to him. And that's it to right, and that's gonna be out of here. So I said not a lot of hits. I said he won't be allowing a whole lot of home runs. And of course, first batter to face him, a lefty. That's out of here. What can I say? I'm playing some reverse psychology with the game, and it seems to be working. Alright, Ray Sanchez is the next batter. No count to him. Grounds it to second. Blaser with the throw. That's out number 1. Ivan Calderon is next. 0-1. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out for out number 2. Right, that brings up Charles Johnson. 1-2 to him. And he struck out swinging at ball 2. But that's the third out of the inning, so we come back here in the game. We had a solo shot of our own, a solo shot by Delino the Shields. It is tied at 1 here. In the top of the second, at Olympic Stadium, Avia Lopez is the batter. 1-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Jeff Blaser is next. 3-1. And that's line to third, and Andrews is there for out number 2. Dion Sanders is next. No count to him. Grounds it to short. That's a good throw to first, and that's out number 3. So the Braves go down in order here in inning number 2. And that's going to be our turn to have inning number 2, and we are starting that off with Ruben Rivera. 2-0 to him. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Brings up Johnny Nutt playing. Oh, yeah, that's true. I have him in right, and I don't think he has a rating there. He doesn't. Okay. I blame my head cold for still thinking that Grissom was playing center field, even though he hasn't played there for like 40 games. Probably more than that. 2-2. And that's a base hit. Cannot argue the results. Alright, opposite field single for Johnny Nutt. There's 1 out, and Shane Andrews is the next batter. 1-0. Oh, Johnny Nutt is going, and he's caught stealing for out number 2. Full count to Shane Andrews, and he walks. Alright, Todd Haney is next. 1-2 to him. And he struck out swinging. Alright, still tied at 1 going into the top of the third here. Rico Rossi leading off the third for the Braves. 0-2 to him. That's it weakly to center. Rivera after it. Catches it for out number 1. Steve Avery is next. 1-2. And he struck out swinging. That's 2 outs. Roger Cedeno is next. 1-0 to him. That's a base hit to left. Gonna fall in front of Calderon. Alright, so Cedeno with a single after 2 outs. That brings up Dave Justice. Full count. Rounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, going into the bottom of the third, we have Tom Gordon leading off the inning. You usually don't, well, you usually don't like to lead the inning with your pitcher. Now sometimes that's just how it happens. No count to him. Grounds it to second. And that's out number 1. Delino the Shields is next. 1-2 to him. That's popped to third, and that's out number 2. Ray Sanchez is next with 2 outs. 1-2. Grounds it to second, and the Expos go down 1-2-3. Still tied at 1, going into the top of the 4th with Ryan Klesko, who has been playing pretty well against us in that series. 2-0 to him. And that's it to right. But Johnny Nutt is there, and he catches it for out number 1. Vinny Casilla is next. 2-2 to him. That's it to right. Johnny Nutt is there, and he catches it for out number 2. I love that Johnny Nutt can play pretty much anywhere he wants. Avia Lopez is next. Full count to him. Struck out swinging. That's out number 3. And we are going into the bottom of the 4th. Ivan Calderon leads off the 4th for us. 2-1. That's going to be an infield base hit. And it is. Alright, so we have a runner on with nobody out for Charles Johnson. 2-1. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so now we have 2 runners on and nobody out. Ruben Rivera is next. No count. Grounds it to second. That's a double play. No. Alright, so now there's 2 outs, runner on third. Johnny Nutt is the batter, so we need a base hit from him. 2-2. And he struck out looking instead. That's the end of inning number 4. We leave a runner at third base. Alright, Jeff Blazer leads off inning number 5 for the Braves. I have to check pitch count for Tom Gordon a little bit more because he really doesn't have a whole lot of stamina. Alright, 2-1. That's it to right. Johnny Nutt is after it. And he catches it for out number 1. Dion Sanders is next. 1-2. Struck out swinging. 2 outs now for Rico Rossi. 1-1. Grounds it to second. And the Braves are down 1-2-3 in that inning. Still deadlocked at 1. In the bottom of the 5th here at Olympic Stadium, Shane Andrews facing Steve Avery. 0-1. Oh, I think. Oh no. Is it going to get cut? No, it's a home run. I thought the center fielder was going to catch it like he had like a jetpack on him or something. So solo blast for Shane Andrews, and it is now 2-1 for the Expos here in the bottom of the 5th. That's our first lead of that series. Todd Haney is next. 0-2. That's it weakly to right. That's cut by Justice for out number 1. Tom Gordon is next. 0-2. That's it to right as well. Pretty much right at Dave Justice. That's out number 2. Delino the Shields is next with 2 outs. 0-1. Grounds it to second for the 3rd out of the inning. So we take the lead thanks to a solo blast by Shane Andrews, despite an incredible effort by Roger Cedeno, who had like turbo speed on or something. And we are up 1 here in the top of the 6th. Steve Avery is next. 2-2. Grounds it to first. And he takes it to first base. That's out number 1. Roger Cedeno is next. He must be really tired. 2-2. Struck out looking. See, he didn't. Was too tired to even swing the bat. Alright, Dave Justice is next. 1-1. That's it to center, and that's caught by Rivera for out number 3. Alright, we had a good inning here. Bottom of the 6th, Ray Sanchez goes first, 1-1 to him. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Ivan Calderon is next, no count to him. That's going to be a base hit to center. Alright, so 1 out single for Calderon. Charles Johnson is next, 2-2. Grounds it to third. They get the lead runner at second base. So we have a runner on first with 2 outs. And Ruben Rivera is going to be the next batter, 2-0 to him. That's it to center. Is that deep enough? Yeah, that's a base hit all the way to the fence. Oh, Rivera's going for 3 here. And that's a triple for Ruben Rivera, which means that we scored a run on the plate. It's now 3-1 for the Expos. Uh-oh, Ruben Rivera is hurt, and we have to take him out of the ball game. No! Hopefully it's not too severe. I want him next season. That's what I was trying to avoid here in the last series of the season, was to get like long-term injuries or something. Alright, who do we want to bring here? I think I'm gonna bring Mark Davis. Alright, Johnny Nutt is next. 2 outs, runner on third, 2-1. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Expos add 1 more run to their lead. We have a 2-run lead going into the top of the 7th. It is 3-1. Right, Ryan Klesko is going to be leading off that 7th inning for the Braves. 0-2 to him. And he struck out. Right, so 1 out. Vinny Cassia is the batter. 0-2. Oh, struck out looking. Tom Gordon is having a good start here. Second game, Joe Naleta got destroyed 7-0 in the first one. John Smoltz threw a baseball clinic. He got a 4-hit shutout against us. Right, Avia Lopez is the next batter. 2 outs, 1-2. Struck out swinging. Oh, Tom Gordon strikes out the side. That's good. Right, bottom of the 7th, the Braves are keeping Steve Avery on the mound. Shane Andrews is having a decent start with a walk and a solo blast. 0-1. Grounds it to first, and he's out for out number 1. That brings up Cedeno for next to bat, 1-0. Grounds it to third. He's thrown out for out number 2. I think I'm going to keep Tom Gordon in the game for maybe 1 more inning. 87 pitches is kind of a lot for him. Yeah, I think I'm going to pull him. Alright, I want a righty. Usually I go to Russ McGinnis for that. One and one. That's it, weakly to left. Dion Sanders is after it, and he catches it for out number 3. So the pinch hitter doesn't do anything. Alright, so righty, lefty, righty. Oh, let's see if John Doris can... He didn't do too good last time I used him. Alright, Jeff Blaser, first one to face him in inning number 8, 0-1. Rounds it to first. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Dion Sanders is next, 1-0. That's going to be a base hit to left. Alright, so single for Dion Sanders after 1 out. So speed on the base paths. And Wally Joyner is coming in as a pinch hitter for the Braves. 2-0. That's a base hit to center. Oh, Sanders is going to third on the play and he's safe. So runners on first and third. 1 out. Yeah. They're bringing in Kevin Gryjak, the lefty, to as a pinch hitter. So I'm bringing in Scott Ruskin, and we're gonna have him pitch a few extra pitches here for the save, hopefully. Grounds it to second. We only get 1 out on the play, so we get the out at second base. The run scores on the play. It's 3-2, but there's 2 outs now with a runner on first. Roger Cedeno is next, 0-2, and he struck out looking. So Scott Ruskin gets us out of this inning, somewhat. And the Braves do get a run. It is now 3-2. Mike Stanton comes in as a reliever for the Braves. Delino DeShields will greet him. 1-1. Grounds it to first, and he is out at first for out number 1. Ray Sanchez is next. Full count. And he struck out swinging. And Ivan Calderon now with 2 outs, 2-0. And that's a little pop fly to second base. That's cut by Blaser for out number 3. So it looks very unlikely that Ivan Calderon gets to 40 home runs. He still has 37, and there's basically only 1 game left to play. Alright, so Ruskin still on the mound. He's going to go for the save. Dave Justice, first one to face him here. Top of the 9th, we're up 1-0. That's it to center. Mark Davis after it. Catches it for out number 1. Ryan Klesko is next. 2-2. That's it to left. Calderon after it. He's there for out number 2. Alright, Vinny Casilla. 2-2 to him. That's it to center. Davis is there. That's out number 3. So we hold on, or held on. And we win game number 2, which could hurt the Braves. Remember, the Braves are fighting desperately for the wild card position. So they won game 1, but they lost this one. So now we get to see what the standings look like. Oh yeah, look at that. It's so tight. So the Reds, the Cubs, and the Braves. So the Braves absolutely need to win their last game against us. The Cubs are playing the Pirates, and they're facing Esteban Loaiza. So we faced Esteban Loaiza. So we determined that it was Toronto Blue Jays Esteban Loaiza that we faced. And the Reds are facing the Astros, so it's going to be maybe a little bit tougher for the Reds there. And of course the Braves are facing us, so it's down to the wire. And Ruben Rivera is not hurt long term, so that's really good. I wouldn't have liked to see like 9 to 10 months here or something like that. So day-to-day 5 days, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Alright, let's go ahead and finish this. Injury sidelines Botton Field for season. Imagine with 1 game to go, he could have a blister on his finger for all we know. Shoulder inflammation. He's out for 6-7 months. See, that's what I don't want to see. Last game of the season, I don't want to see that. I don't want an email like that. Cleveland, sorry. Cleveland got eliminated of playoffs on the second to last game of the season. So yeah, there's pretty much only this year that this one thing left to be decided. So the Reds and the Cubs are tied at the top of their division too. Sorry, I have a head cold. Well, look at that. My camera decided to get all blurry to cover the fact that I was blowing my nose. We're going to try to fix that. Alright, come here, do this, come back, do this. Usually that fixes it. There you go. Look at my face. It's all clean now. Okay. Alright, so last game of the year. So we did it. We played an entire 162 game on stream. One by one, inning by inning. One decision after another. Well, substitution decisions. Alright, let's play this. So it looks like we're going to be facing Jason Schmidt. So that's whom the Braves are giving the ball to save their season. Jason Schmidt is going to be the starter for the Braves. We're going to have Carlos Perez. With a win, he's going to have a 500 record. Came back from pretty far at this point. All right, we have a couple tired guys. All right, so we're gonna go with we're facing with a righty. Jerry Goff is gonna be playing for Charles Johnson. Oh boy, Mitch Simons for the line of the Shields, and Woody Green for Shane Andrews. Wow. I think I'm gonna go like that. What do you think? Do we want to play it safe and sit Ruben Rivera as well? Alright, then let's go and play some baseball now, shall we? Alright, last game of 1994. In real life, that season didn't go that far, for reasons that we now know. Alright. So we have Carlos Perez on the mound. They have Jason Schmidt. Oh, who do they have? Cedeno, Justice. Oh, Chipper Jones is going to play. He's been hurt all season. That's why he's batting for 400 with 1 homer and 3 RBIs. Klesko, Blauser, Casilla, Sanders, and Gryjak. All right. Roger Cedeno facing Carlos Perez. 1-0 to him. Grounded to short, throw to first, and that's out number 1. David Justice is next, 2-2 to him. Grounds it to second. Simons with the throw, that's out number 2. Chipper Jones is next. Oh, that's a good contact rating against righties. No count to him. Grounds it to first, and he's out for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Braves. We are going into the bottom of the first with me needing to sneeze but not really sneezing. It is very annoying, sorry. Jason Schmidt facing Marquise Grissom. Full count. Oh, struck out looking. Alright, 1 out. Brett Barbery is next. No count to him. That's a base hit to right. Alright. I don't know if Barbery's going to be back. Technically, we don't really need him. We have Woody Green and Shane Andrews that can play third base. But Barbery can play several positions, so I don't know. Alright, runner on first. 1 out. Ivan Calderon is next. No count to him. Oh god, that looks like a double play to me. No, they only got the runner at second base. So fielder's choice. Calderon is safe at first. 2 outs. Woody Green is next. No count to him. Calderon is going. That's a stolen base. That's number 42 for him this season. 2-2 to Woody Green. And he struck out looking. Alright, no score for us in the first either. Going into the top of the second. Scoreless here in at Olympic Stadium. Ryan Klesko leads off inning number 2 for the Braves. 3-0 to him. And he walks on 4 pitches. Jeff Blauser is next. 1-2. That's it to left. Calderon is after it. Catches it for out number 1. So runner stays at first with Castilla, the batter now. No count to him. Oh, the runner goes, but he's thrown out by Goff. So now there's 2 outs and nobody on. 1-0 to Castilla. That's it to right, and it falls in front of Grissom for a base hit. Dion Sanders is next. 3-1 to him. Grounds it to first. And that's out number 3. Alright, the Braves get a hit, but runner cannot score. Going into the bottom of the second, it is still 0-0. Ruben Rivera playing hurt, showing that even if the game is meaningless, he's still there for his teammates. No count to him. That's it to right. And that's out number 1. Todd Haney is next. 0-2. That's a base hit to center for Haney. Alright, so a 1 out single. And that brings up Jerry Goff as the next batter. 0-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Carlos Perez is next. Full count. Grounds it to short. And he's cut down at first for out number 3. Still no score. Top of the third incoming here in Montreal. Kevin Gryjak is their next batter. 0-1. Grounds it to the pitcher, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Jason Schmidt is the next batter. Oh, he has a homer this season. 1-2. Struck out swinging. 2 outs for Roger Cedeno. 0-1. That's flight to right. Grissom is there. That's out number 3. Alright, bottom of the third. Mitch Simons is going to be the next batter. 1-0. That's it to center, and that's extra bases. Simons has been batting pretty good since he got recalled. Alright, so that's a double. Alright, so leadoff double for the Expos, and now we have Grissom batting next. No count to him. Simons goes for third, and he's safe. So now we have a runner on third with nobody out. 1-0 to Grissom. And that's it deep to left. That's out of here. That's a 2-run blast for Marquise Grissom. And the Expos are up 2-0 here. That's a blow to the Braves, who absolutely need to win this game to have a shot at the playoffs. Even then, that's not a guarantee. Brett Barbery is next. No count to him. That's it to center. And that's out number 1. Ivan Calderon is next. 1 and 2. Struck out swinging. 2 outs for Woody Green. 0 and 2. And he struck out looking for the second time today. Alright, so the Expos get 2 runs on the board thanks to Marquise Grissom and his home run. So we're going into the top of the 4th, up 2-0. Alright, next batter is David Justice, 1 and 2 to him. Struck out looking, that's out number 1. Chipper Jones is next, 1 and 1 to him. Oh, that's it pretty well to right. That's going to be extra bases. It goes all the way to the fence, to the Adidas sign. And that's going to be a triple for Chipper. Yeah, it's Chipper Jones with the triple. So 1 out and a runner on third now for Ryan Klesko. 2 and 2 to him. Oh, he struck out swinging. They needed that RBI. Their season depends on it. Maybe. Jeff Blaser is next with 2 outs, 1 and 2. That's it. Weekly to second. Mitch Simons is there. Catches it for out number 3. The Braves get a runner on third base, but the runner doesn't come in to score. We're going into the bottom of the 4th. We're going to try to put that game away and their hopes to get to the playoffs. Ruben Rivera is next, 2 and 2. Or I should say postseason. It's in baseball, it's more postseason than playoffs. I'm true and true a hockey guy, even though I really like baseball as well. Cedeno is next with 1 out, 2 and 2. That's it to left. And that's cut there by Dion Sanders for out number 2. Now Jerry Goff is the batter. 3 and 1 to him. And he walks. Alright, 2 out walk for Goff. That brings up Carlos Perez, who's batting 8 today. Oh, they got Goff at first. So Carlos Perez is gonna lead off inning number 5 for us. So top of the 5th. We're still up 2-0. Vinny Castilla is the first batter. Full count. Alright. And Rivera is there for out number 1 at center field. Dion Sanders is next with 1 out. 0 and 1. Grounds it to the pitcher. And he's thrown out for out number 2. Kevin Gryjak is next. 3 and 1. Grounds it to short. And that's a perfect inning for Carlos Perez. Bottom of the 5th, Perez is leading off. 2 and 2. Struck out swinging. Mitch Simons is next. 3 and 0 to him. And he walks on 4 pitches. Alright, Simons has been doing pretty good. He could, as far as I'm concerned, he could definitely take Lance Blankenship's spot on the team, I think. He has more speed and he's versatile as well. Alright, Marquise Grissom is next. No count to him. Oh, Simons is going. And that's a stolen base. That's his 2nd stolen base of the game. That's 4 on the season for him. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. 2 and 2 to Grissom. That's a base hit to center. Simons is going to go for home. It is 3-0 for the Expos, thanks to a double by Marquise Grissom. It's a single, sorry. He advanced on the throw. Brett Barbery is next. Runner on first, 1 out. No count. And that's it. And it falls in for a base hit. On the play, Grissom gets to third base. Runners on first and third, 1 out. Are we going to be playing spoilers today? And Jason Schmidt struck out 7 batters. So it's a matter of he needs to miss bats or it's not good. 3-1 to Calderon. Grounds it to third. And they get the runner at second base, but the runner scores. It's 4-0 now for the Expos. 2 outs with a runner on first for Woody Green. 1-0. That's a base hit to center. Alright, so Jason Schmidt having some problems on the mound here. With the season on the line, they should probably pull him. They're keeping him out there. Facing Ruben Rivera with 2 outs, runner on extremities, 1-0. Grounds it to second base, and he's out at first for out number 3. We did add 2 more runs to our lead. It is a 4-0 game. Oh, that might be why I didn't want to pull him. He was batting, he was leading off the next inning, but still. Alright, so Carlos Perez facing Lonnie Smith, who is coming in as a pinch hitter, top of the 6th. 2-0. Oh, that's going to be extra bases. That's it pretty well. Center left all the way to the fence. And that's going to be a double for Lonnie Smith. Alright, so runner in scoring position with nobody out for Roger Cedeno. Full count. Oh, that's it really well. All the way to the fence. Alright, that's going to be extra bases. That's a triple. Alright, so Roger Cedeno with a triple scores a run. Runner on third, nobody out. It's 4-1 now. Dave Justice is next. Full count to him. That's it. Weekly Simons after it. Catches it for out number 1. And the runner doesn't score on the play, of course. Chipper is next. 2-2. That's it to right. Grissom after it. Is it deep enough? It is not. 2 outs now. Runner has to hold at third. Now Ryan Klesko is the batter. Full count to him. And he walks. Alright. Jeff Blaser, runners on first and third. 2 outs, 1-1. And that's fly to left. Calderon is there, and he catches it for out number 3. The Braves do score a run, but we are still up 3 runs. It is 4-1 going into the bottom of the 6th. Kent Merker is now the pitcher for the Braves. He's going to be facing Todd Haney first. Full count. Grounds it to third. That's a good throw for out number 1. Jerry Goff is next. 1-1. Grounds it to second. Oh, that's going to be an error. Error by Blaser. And we have a runner on first. 1 out. Carlos Perez is at the plate. I think he's good for 1 more inning. 1-1 to him. And he bunts it. That's a sacrifice hit. The Goff makes it to second base on the play. So runner in scoring position. 2 outs for Mitch Simons. 1-1. That's it to right. And that should be cut by Justice. And it is for out number 3. Top of the 7th. Braves are down 3. They need this win. Castilla leading off inning number 7 against Carlos Perez. Full count. Grounds it to short. Barbery with the throw. That's out number 1. Dion Sanders is next. 1-0. That's a base hit to center. Right, runner on first. 1 out. Kevin Gryjak is the batter. 0-1. Oh, Sanders is going, but he's cut down. Nice throw by Goff. 2 outs now for Gryjak. 2-2. That's a base hit to center. They shouldn't have wasted that base runner. Of course, that's easier said now that, you know, we know the result. Alright, Mike Kelly is coming in as a pinch hitter. 2 outs, runner on first, 2-2 to him. That's it to left, and it falls in front of Calderon for a base hit. So 2 runners on, 2 outs. Roger Cedeno is the batter. 1-0. Grounds it to short, and we get the out at second base, and that's the end of the inning. The Braves are still down 3, going into the bottom of the 7th. Nate Minchie is going to be the next pitcher for the Braves. Marquise Grissom is the batter for me. No count. And that's a base hit to left. Gonna fall in front of Sanders. Alright, so Grissom at first, nobody out. Brett Barbery is the batter, 0-1. Pitch out, Grissom is going, and he's cut down easily thanks to the pitch out. So 1 out, Barbery the batter, 2-2. Grounds it to short, and he's cut down at first for out number 2. Calderon is next, 2-2 to him. Struck out swinging. Alright, top of the 8th. I'm gonna bring in a new pitcher. Probably shouldn't bring Ruskin, he's really tired. Oh, I'm thinking about there probably. We're facing lefty, switch lefty, so probably a left-handed pitcher. So there, or maybe Tomlin, he's been pretty good. One of the two. Kerrigan just pitched 2 games ago. I'm gonna go with there. Alright, we have a new pitcher in to pitch inning number 8. Jim Day is gonna be facing David Justice. No count. Grounds it to second. Simons with the throw. That's out number 1. Chipper Jones is next. No count. Simons after it. He catches it for out number 2. All right, 2 quick outs here. Ryan Klesko is next. 1-1. That's it to center. Rivera after it, and that's over his head. All right, so that's a double for Ryan Klesko. So 2 out double for the Braves. Really need this win. Jeff Blauser is now the batter. 2-1. That's out of here. That's 4-3. I almost pulled there. I was like, nah, he can do it. He couldn't do it. 4-3 for the Braves. They're showing some resilience here. They refuse to go down. I'm bringing in a righty. I'm going to Robert Ondorf. He's been good pretty much all season. Or do I want to go to Doris? Let's go to Doris. Redemption time. We need you to play spoilers. Alright, 2 outs. Nobody on for Vinny Castilla. 1-2. That's out of here. The Braves just tied the game. It's 4-4. The redemption failed. Alright, Dion Sanders is next with 2 outs, 0-1. Grounds it to second. That's an error. Alright, so Sanders ends up at second base on the play. 2 outs for Kevin Gryjak. 1-1. That's it. Should be cut by Simons, and it is. That's the end of the inning. The Braves tied the game. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a delay. You said Kerrigan, and the inning is over. So I believe there's a bit of a delay, sadly. Alright, Willie Green facing off against Nate Minchie. Tight game at 4, bottom of the 8. We would like to play spoilers. No count to Willie Green. That's popped. And cut. No, it's dropped. Oh, Chipper with the error at shortstop there. Maybe he should move to third base like he played most of his career. Rivera's the next one. I think I'm going to bring in a left-handed bat because he's hurt. If that makes sense. I'm going to bring in Lukacic. Right, Lukacic runner on first. Lukacic comes in as a pinch hitter. Full count. Struck out swinging. Cedeno is next. 2-2. That's it to center. Should be cut by Cedeno. And it is for out number 2. Alright, Jerry Goff. Oh, God. Let's go with the better bat. 1-0 to Charles Johnson. That's a weak fly ball to center. And Cedeno catches it for out number 3. Alright. Yeah, since he's tired, I think I'm gonna... Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring in Doug Robbins to play catcher. Then I'm gonna put Facero or Kerrigan. Kerrigan just pitched 2 games ago. Let's give the ball to Facero. Then I'm going to put Lukacic in right and Grissom at center. And there we go. We have a complete lineup. Alright, Facero on the mound facing Wally Joyner, who comes in as a pinch hitter. 1-1. Top of the 9th, deadlocked at 4. Last game of the season, the Braves need the win to have a shot at the playoffs. And that's an opposite field single for Joyner. So the Braves get a leadoff single here. Their fans are back in Atlanta. They're cheering. They're like screaming at the TV and all of that good stuff. Roger Cedeno is the next batter. Runner on first. Nobody out. 2-1. That's a base hit to right. Wow. Alright, so 2 runners on. Nobody out. Dave Justice is the next batter. Alright, so they have Tarasco that came in as a pinch runner at second base. 1-2. Oh, that's a big strikeout against a really good batter in Dave Justice. Strike 3, 2 runners on, 1 out. Chipper is the batter. 2-1. That's it to center. Grissom after it. And he catches it thanks to great range. Alright, the runner makes it to third base on the play. So the Braves have runners on first and third with 2 outs. They need a base hit from Ryan Klesko here. Is Jeff Facero going to be able to pull through? 2-2. That's it to short. And we get the runner at second base. We get out of that inning. Still tied at 4 going into the bottom of the 9th. Are we going to have some bottom of the 9th heroics that's going to send the Braves fans crying at the end of the game? Jeff Montgomery is coming in to try to shut us down. Doug Robbins is going to be the batter. Not a great bat. Decent defensive catcher. 1-2. Struck out swinging. Mitch Simons needs another hit in his toolbox here. Full count. And he walks. We'll take the walk. Sorry, man. It's delayed. I get the messages when the at-bat is over. Unless you want me to pinch round for Simons with Doran, I wouldn't do that. Simons is pretty fast. Alright, so runner on first, 1 out. I'm keeping Grissom in. 2 and 1. Oh, grounds it to third. That's a double play. We are having extra baseball for the last game of this season. Alright, I'm gonna pull Facero. Now I'm gonna wait. Oh god, my screen is going blurry again. Not my screen, but my face. My face is going blurry. I'm gonna fix that, and you can go ahead and yeah, free baseball. You can decide who you want for inning number 10 on the mound while I'm fixing my face. There we go. So Ruskin is pretty much off the table. He's tired. Ota, or we don't have anybody named Pavano. Ota or Pavano. Let's do Pavano. Let's give some stress innings to the youngster. See how he reacts. Alright, Jeff Blaser, first one to face him. 1 and 2. That's it to right. Look at Chick after it. He catches it for out number 1. Vinny Cassia is next. 2 and 1. That's it weekly. Barbery is there. Catches it for out number 2. Dion Sanders is next. 0 and 1. Oh, that's popped to the catcher, foul, and that's cut for out number 3. Braves cannot score in inning number 10. Are we going to score? They're keeping Jeff Montgomery on the mound, and I have Brett Barbery leading off. I'm gonna wait here just in case that you want somebody else, but I don't have many left bats left. Not that we absolutely need to have a left bat. Alright, I'm gonna go with Barbery. 0 and 1. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out for out number 1. Ivan Calderon is next. 3 and 1. Oh, and he walks. Alright, Calderon gets on base here with 1 out. That brings up Woody Green. 1 and 1. Oh, Calderon is going. And he's safe. That's 43 stolen bases. We have a runner in scoring position. 1 out. 2 and 2 to Woody Green. Oh, he struck out looking. That's the 3rd time in this game that he struck out looking. Oh god. Rob Lukacic. Crap. Yeah, let's try Doran. Oh, they're bringing in the lefty Mike Stanton. Alright, Doran facing Mike Stanton. Bottom of the 10th, 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Full count. Come on, BD. And that's a weak grounder to third, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. We are going to inning number 11. Still tied at 4. I think that I'm gonna put Johnny Nutt in right. No, let's put Johnny Nutt here. Put Grissom back in right field. There you go. Alright, Kevin Gryjak facing Carl Pavano. We're going to keep Pavano one more inning. He did alright in inning number 10. 1-2 to Kevin Gryjak. That's a base hit to right. Falls right in front of Grissom. Alright, so the Braves start inning number 11 with a base hit. Kurt Gibson comes in as a pinch hitter. Oh no, he plays left field. He was part of a double switch in the previous inning. 0-1. Grounds it to second. And we're just gonna eat it. That's an infield single. Wow, the Braves have 2 runners on, nobody out. I think it's time for Randy Tomlin, I think. Or maybe Kerrigan. Let's do Kerrigan. Alright, Roger Cedeno, first one to face Kerrigan. Full count. Oh, he walks. Bases are loaded. Top of the 11th. Nobody out. And the ever dangerous Dave Justice is at the plate. 1-1 to him. Grounds it. Oh, that's an error on Simons. That's his second error of the game. That's not good. That scores around. It's 5-4 for the Braves. I want to play spoilers so bad. Chipper Jones is next. 2-2. Oh, that's a base hit. Yeah, forget it. Alright, base it all the way to the corner and left. That should empty the bases. And it does. 3 runs scored is now 8-4 for the Braves. Mike Kerrigan here, dumping in the shovel at the most unopportune time. Alright, Ryan Klesko, runner on second base, nobody out. 0-2. Struck out swinging. Jeff Blauser is next. Full count. Flies it to left. Count around after it. Oh, he catches it all the way to the warning track for out number 2. The runner advances to third on the play. So now there's 2 outs. Runner on third. Vinny Casilla is the batter. 0-1. Grounds it to first. And he's out. Alright, we did allow 4 runs to the Braves in inning number 11. So we're going to need to at least match that if we want a shot at playing spoilers. I'm bringing McGinnis in to bat for Todd Aney. One and 0. Mike Stanton still on the mound for the Braves. And McGinnis here with a good piece of inning. That's extra bases all the way to the fence. That should be a double. And it is. Alright, so McGinnis gets us started with a double in the bottom of inning 11. Oh, we don't have many choices left. Oh god, Shane Andrews, Mark Davis is not all that great. We need a base hit. Ray Sanchez might be our best shot at getting a base hit here. So I'm bringing him in as a pinch hitter. Alright, runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Ray Sanchez comes in as a pinch hitter. 1-2. That's it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Doug Robbins, kind of have to roll with him. We don't have many more subs. 1-0. And that's a base hit to left. Alright. Does it score a run? No. McGinnis stops at third. So we have runners on first and third. 1 out. Mitch Simons has a golden opportunity to make up for the errors that he's made earlier in the game. 2-1. Oh, that's it. Really solidly all the way to the fence. Mitch Simons with extra bases. Run, little guy, run. Alright, we got 1 run scoring in. So McGinnis scores on the play. Robin stops at third. So we have a 8-5 game. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. Marquise Grissom is the batter, so we're starting to get into where we have our best batters. 2-2. Grissom hits it. Oh, that's cut by Dion Sanders in left, so there's 2 outs now. Don August comes in as a reliever for the Braves. And now we have Brett Barbery at the plate. 2 outs, 2 runners on. No count. That could be the season right here. And that's a liner to first. We could not place Porters, although that doesn't mean that the Braves are going to be in the playoffs. They need for a lot of things to go their way for that. And we lost 8-5. Man, I thought that we would be able to win this game. We gave it our all. That's all we can say. Alright, Benes blanks Colorado 4-0. And I think that I saw that everybody won. So look at that. Wow. Yeah, there's going to be some extra baseball being played. Yeah. And then the Blue Jays and the White Sox are deadlocked for a wild card as well. Wow. All right, let's finish today. All right. So we finished 20th out of 28 teams for power rankings. We've been playing a little bit better near the end of the season, but overall our records against the Cards and the Mets is really what did us for. We would have had a much more interesting season if we would have played better against those 2 teams. Alright, so I'm not sure how the game is going to be getting this started. Ken Lake is retiring. Okay. That's okay. Doesn't look like... Oh, unless it's started as the playoffs. So I do want to play through the playoffs today. I also want to look at some stats since the season is over. Alright, so Calderon finished the season with the 5th best batting average, so that's not too shabby at all. It 339, so that's really good. 52 home runs for Jay Buhner, 51 for Manny Ramirez. Sammy Sosa got 50. So some pretty good bats there. Albert Bell 169 runs batted in. Marquise Grissom stalled at 91 stolen base for a while, so Quilvio Veras passed him. So Veras finished the season at 94 stolen bases. Grissom finished tied at second with 91. Dwight Gooden, 25 wins. That's pretty darn good. Pedro Martinez, 21. Osorio, 21. Tom Glavine, 20. Those are our 420 game winners this season. 42 saves for Brantley, Franco, and Abian. That's a 3-way tie there. Pedro Martinez, 250 strikeouts. that led the majors. There with 60 olds, that's tied in the majors with Brian Harvey in Cincinnati. Oh, Tom Gordon finished second in Babip. B-A-B-I-P. Alright, so some interesting stats there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. So let's see. Alright, so they're playing the wild card game for the American League. So either the White Sox or the Blue Jays are going to be in the postseason, and then they're playing the Cubs and the Reds are playing to see who finishes first in the Central in the National League. All right, so let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, so the Reds clinched the division. So now there's a game between the Cubs and the Braves to see who gets the wild card between the two. So Cubs and Braves. Ooh, I got a 30-30 player in Ivan Calderon. Oh, the Braves beat the Cubs. What a finish. We could have eliminated the Braves if we wouldn't have dropped the game in the 8th inning. Man. Alright, let's take a look here. Alright, regular season ended. Oh, the Blue Jays got eliminated by the White Sox. So the White Sox are going to play the Yankees, the Angels are going to play the Royals, Atlanta's going to play the Dodgers, and the Reds are going to play the Mets. Reliever of the Year goes to Woody Williams in the American League. Wait. That's not for the American League. That's for like the minors. Toronto devastated by playoff elimination. White Sox won the wild card. Atlanta got the wild card. Cubs not in. Cincinnati clinched. John O'Rood topped the American League with his .355 batting average. Larry Walker did the same in the National League with .365 batting average. Oh, there's been a trade between two eliminated teams. The Rockies and the Pirates made a trade. Alan Cockrell goes to Colorado for Kyle Washington. Yeah, not a trade that's going to be remembered for the ages. Right, playoff coverage. All right, let's see what happens here. Yeah, I don't want to watch the games. I already watch all of my games. So it looks like they're playing. All right, let's simulate the White Sox Yankees game. Yankees won 5-4. Now let's simulate the Angels and Royals game. Oh, the Angels won 11-6. Yeah, I don't know that I want to do this like that. I think I just want to sit through it. I'm not in it, so I don't really care. Until playoffs end. There you go. Oh, I received some personal messages. Alright, Lee Upshaw pitched really well for the Braves. Alright. Yeah, those are minors awards. Give you a try for a month or two. The season is over, Billy. Hey, FJ. The season is over, Billy. That's, you know, that's why you were benched. You weren't all there. And I'm not sure you're coming back. Alright. Oh, yeah, the Abs play tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So you're lucky you're starting the season against a team that's about as injured as yours. Oh, the Angels won the World Series in 1994. They defeated the Mets 4-1. Wow. I did not see that coming. The White Sox came back in their series and eliminated the Yankees. That's pretty good. Yeah, you're also gonna be playing against the Marlies, I guess, because Matthews is not gonna be there, and Mitch Marner is not gonna be there, and unless that changed, but Marner wasn't supposed to be playing. Look at the game trying to cheer me up. The season is over. Your season score this year is 164. This is a very poor score, Jesse. Come on, you can do better. Oh, thank you. I was about to cry here. I was feeling pretty down on myself. Yeah, they do. Alright, so we're just gonna oil can. Oh, so Oil Can Boyd that we traded to the Dodgers this season extended for 3 years with them, so they liked him enough to keep him. He went 5-5. He didn't pitch that poorly. 5-5 with a 3.88 ERA. That, I mean, that's okay. All right. Oh, Jeremy Burnitz is hurt, and 5 more days. That's his nickname. That's his nickname. His real name is Dennis Boyd, but where he's from, they call beer cans oil cans for some reason, and apparently he liked them quite a bit, so that became his nickname, Oil Can Boyd. All right. Oh, Boston as Lance Johnson, that's unhappy over there, so maybe he's gonna get traded. Who knows? Steve Avery got hurt during the playoffs and he's gonna miss 5 months, so we're what, in October? Should be back in time for the start of the next season. Bryn Smith is running for office. Former starting pitcher Bryn Smith was known throughout his career as a leader on the field and in the clubhouse. But if things go his way, he might soon be known as a leader in Congress as well. The former star announced at a rally in his home city of Marietta, Georgia, that he is throwing his cap into the ring as a candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives. His speech promised to help lead this nation into a new era of progress and possibility, but didn't go into many policy specifics. And he has a Expos cap on the picture. Alright, so Rick Moller retired. He had already told us that he was going to retire, so Rick Moller is not going to be available to us anymore. Now that he's retired, he has a Braves cap. And then Tony Pena retired after being frustrated all season long for not being a starter with his putrid batting average. And he's retiring with a Pirates cap. Alright, so I am not sad to lose either of those players. I've been extended for one more year. I'm still on. I don't remember if I clicked the check mark to not be fired or not. I do not remember. I think I did. Alright, the top prospects. And we don't have any in there. The Cleveland Indians have 3. That doesn't sound very fair. Maglio Ordonez, Todd Walker, and Jermaine Dye. Off-season begins. Arbitration period begins. Oh, as expected. Okay, there's some approval. Alright, so the Cleveland Indians, sorry, got sold to Cal Fratesi. Oh, Sparky Anderson got fired from his job as the skipper for the Tigers. Tom Kelly is not the manager for the Twins anymore. Drake Cameron is not the manager of the Brewers anymore, so I'm still employed, but something tells me that it's because I'm cheating. Jim Lefebvre was fired by the Mariners, so not gonna be the manager there anymore. Bob Locker is not going to be there as the GM for the Phillies anymore. And Jim Larson is not going to be the general manager of the Pirates either. Alright, I think I'm at a good stopping point. So as I have explained before, what's going to happen is that I am going to be simulating all of the off-season plus the spring training. I will not be playing or streaming spring training at all. I'll be taking a lot of notes. Every single move that the Expos make, I will talk about before the next stream so that we know, what we have. I'm gonna keep a close eye on teams that are in our division. Maybe not every single move, but I'll keep an eye on that. And for the teams in the rest of the league, just the big news, like the big acquisitions or something like that, I will go ahead and talk about. So prior to the next stream, we are going to be starting right at the start of the 1995 season on day 1. I'm gonna have my rosters set and my strategies and everything. That's all going to be taken care of before we get started. But before starting to actually play games, I'm going to go through all of my notes and everything, so it might be a minute before I stream again. It's gonna take me a minute to get organized for all of that, but I will be back and we will go ahead and continue our adventure with the Expos, where my goal is to see if I can win the World Series as a manager only before the Expos get relocated. Alright folks, that's it for me today. As usual, I do want to thank you for tuning in. Good luck to your Habs tonight, FJ. I hope they lose, but you know, I don't want for you to be sad. And well, until I'm ready to start next season, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.